You can't just be regular. You can't just be good. If you want to stand out in a crowd of interview-based podcasts, you need to do these 3 things to become an excellent podcast host, okay? Hey, it's Denanyoh. Every single time a podcast episode is released, I have 3 people pitch themselves to be a guest on my podcast. How? For one, because I have an excellent onboarding podcast with guests. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to count down to the most important reason so you can watch the whole video. So number 3 is manage expectations. There is no time that you're recording with me for You Are a Lawyer where you are wondering what's happening. First of all, you're going to complete my client questionnaire. Okay, the questionnaire is really important because it gives you an idea of what I want to talk about on the show. Have you taken the bar exam? Have you passed the bar exam? What would the audience learn from talking to you? So that then when we are in the recording, I can really pull out those gems and get to the good stuff, okay? Also, I'm emailing you a week before the episode is aired. I'm emailing you the day the episode is released and giving you all of the links to make it easy. I'm giving you a social media graphic so that you can post it if you don't have time to create something. The day of the episode, I send you links where you can listen to the podcast, leave a review, and also where you can watch the YouTube video if it was recorded for YouTube. So I am communicating with you so that you always know what's happening next, what's the next step. So that takes us into point number 2, which is you need to have easy and urgent bookings. Now, for 3 years, I've always had the free Calendly. I didn't see the importance of paying for it to have the reminder sent. I would send them manually myself and then, Kyla, stop. But when you send someone your schedule and they can choose a date that fits their time, it's so much better than going back and forth and back and forth. What about Monday? How about this time? What about this? What about that? Create a schedule with the times that you can talk to people and send it out. Easy and urgent bookings worked when I had a full-time job and people had to record with me between 5 in the morning and 7 in the morning or record with me between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. It still works. It works now that I have my days open as well, okay? But the urgent part is so important because I used to have my calendar open for 3 months. And so you would sign up to have a recording with me. You get the alert 2.5 months later. I don't want to do that call. When did I say I was going to do this call? My life looks completely different. You got no call, no shows. It's not a good look. So now my calendar is only open for the next 3 weeks, right? I need there to be some urgency so that you remember your excitement when you emailed me and said you wanted to be a guest. And then we still have that momentum going into the recording, okay? So the number 1 way to become an excellent podcast host is to ask for referrals. Now, referrals can be tricky if you go about them in a weird way. If you don't go about them in a weird way, it's fine. Why are referrals so important? But also, it is because I ask for referrals. When you're filling out that questionnaire, I say, hey, is there anyone that you think I should talk to? Is there anyone else's story that you think I should know? Why would you ask that before you record it? I don't know who you are. No. That's why you ask, okay? When you get to that question, is there anyone you want to refer, and you haven't even recorded with me yet, that is your moment to say, do I trust Kyla? Do I believe in this show? Do I think she's going to represent me in the same way that she represented other guests when I listened to their episodes? Yes. So that's point number 1. So the second reason that's important is because when I need to pitch a guest, I can then go back to my questionnaires, look and see who listed someone, reach out to that person. Hey, I talked to Sam last week. I really appreciate you suggesting them to be a guest, and their episode will be released on this date. Okay? And so people are like, wow, not only did Kyla ask for my suggestion, but she took it. She used it. What I did was not a waste of time. It was valuable to her. And that makes people want to share with you even more. Even if you don't want to have a guest wait list, you still should create an amazing onboarding process with your podcast so that people will remember you. Okay? But I gotta go. I gotta get back to recording. I gotta go right over there to my studio. Talk to you later. Bye.